Many men are genuinely confused about what women actually want in bed, especially when it comes to foreplay. You've probably seen women in movies, on social media, or even in your own experiences, who seem eager to skip straight to penetration. So, you take it literally. You assume this is what she wants. But in most cases, that behavior has very different roots. I'm Dr. Emma Blacke, a urology and men's health expert, and today I want to clear up one of the biggest misconceptions men have about female desire. Because once you understand what's really happening, you'll not only improve her pleasure, but unlock deeper connection, confidence, and desire from her toward you. So, let's answer this directly. Do women exist who want to go straight for penetration? Of course. There are always exceptions. Women who have very fast arousal responses for hormonal, emotional, or contextual reasons. But those moments are not the norm. After 20 years of studying sexual medicine, counseling couples, and listening to women talk about what actually turns them on, I can tell you with confidence that when a woman skips foreplay, it's rarely because that's her true preference. Something else is happening beneath the surface. Here's what I've learned after hundreds of honest conversations and countless clinical cases. When a woman behaves like she just wants to get it over with, it's not necessarily because she's impatient for penetration. Often, it's because she doesn't enjoy sex, at least not the way it's happening. Many women have told me, in those exact words, "I just want to get it done as quickly as possible." That usually means she's emotionally detached from the experience. In relationships, this is what women sometimes call keeping the peace. She's having what we call duty sex, not because she's in the mood, but because she wants to avoid conflict or guilt. And the quicker it ends, the sooner she can relax again. This also shows up in casual encounters. You might think, why would a woman meet for sex if she doesn't even enjoy it? But this, too, is common. Many women engage in sex for emotional or psychological reasons other than pleasure. Validation, closeness, or a sense of being desired. If her past sexual experiences haven't included real arousal or connection, she may not expect to feel much physically. For her, sex can become symbolic, something to complete, not something to savor. So when she seems like she's pulling you in quickly, it's often an attempt to finish before discomfort or disappointment set in. You can spot this pattern by what happens after sex. Does she light up with warmth, affection, and relaxation, or does she disengage, move away, and seem distant? If she rarely initiates, and if you feel like you're the one chasing intimacy every time, chances are she's doing it for reasons other than genuine physical pleasure. The second major situation I see is rooted in poor foreplay technique, and I say this without judgment. Most men are never properly taught how to touch, kiss, or arouse a woman's body. What they learn often comes from pornography, locker room stories, or personal trial and error. So they touch in ways that are too fast, too firm, or too mechanical. They might give oral sex with pressure that feels rough, or they focus so intensely on making her climax that it feels more like a test than pleasure. Fingers can move like pistons instead of communication. And what happens next? The woman starts dreading that part of intimacy. She's bracing herself for discomfort or disappointment, and subconsciously, she avoids it. So, when she pushes for penetration right away, it's often because the parts before penetration haven't been pleasurable for her in the past. Not because she doesn't want foreplay, but because her experience of foreplay hasn't been good. This can happen even when she loves her partner, and he's trying his best. Sometimes it's the result of tension or trauma from previous encounters. Sometimes it's just lack of skill or confidence on both sides. You'll notice this pattern if she interrupts your attempts to touch her before penetration, or redirects you quickly toward intercourse. She's not rejecting intimacy, she's avoiding discomfort. The solution here isn't to take offense or retreat. It's to improve technique and communication. Learn to slow down, explore, and build trust in those moments again. Now, there's a third, very widespread reason many women rush into penetration. They genuinely think that's what sex is supposed to be. They've never experienced anything different. From their first encounters onward, the pattern was always direct. No build-up, no warm-up, no exploration. Many women have never been taught how their bodies work, or that their arousal takes more time. So they believe that penetration is the main event and everything else is optional. The problem is, biologically, that's not how female arousal works. When a woman starts sex immediately with penetration, her body often hasn't produced enough natural lubrication or engorgement. The tissues inside her pelvis aren't yet fully oxygenated or responsive. She might still enjoy some sensations, but her experience will be muted. Less depth, less intensity, fewer orgasms. And because she's never experienced real, gradual arousal, she might think she's the one who's broken or less sexual. This misunderstanding is incredibly common and deeply frustrating for both partners. Then there's something I call following the script. Many women learn early on that men expect penetration quickly, and they don't want to disappoint or seem difficult. They fear being labeled cold, high maintenance, or boring. So they play along with the performance, even if it doesn't feel authentic. It's not that she doesn't want more, it's that she's afraid to ask for it. When women act out this script, they can appear enthusiastic about skipping foreplay, but internally, they're simply following what they've been taught to do. In fact, when they finally experience slow, attentive, emotionally safe touch, most are amazed by how much more pleasure and sensitivity their bodies are capable of. So yes, there are rare moments when a woman truly wants immediate penetration, usually in bursts of passion when she's already aroused, relaxed, or deeply connected. But even then, those moments are spontaneous exceptions, not the everyday rule. Most of the time, a woman's body still benefits from being engaged, warmed up, and emotionally attuned before intercourse. Foreplay doesn't have to be long or mechanical. It can be focused, passionate, and deeply connective. A few minutes that heighten everything that comes next. I also want to address a common misconception that many men hold on to: the belief that skipping foreplay makes things easier, faster, or less complicated. The truth is, it may feel that way in the moment, but in the long run, it leads to disconnection, low desire, and performance frustration. When you take the time to understand her pacing, you awaken her body in ways that make everything more responsive. Her desire, her lubrication, her orgasm, and her emotional intimacy with you. If you're with a woman who always rushes or avoids foreplay, don't take it as rejection. Instead, try curiosity. Ask gently, "Do you not like when I touch you before?" Or, "Would you show me what feels good for you?" Sometimes she won't know the answer yet, because no one's ever asked. That's where your leadership matters. As the partner, you can guide her body into comfort, show her what real arousal feels like, and rewire her association with intimacy. Understand that many women haven't had positive sexual education or supportive partners. They may not realize their own capacity for pleasure. When you create safety and slowness, when you touch her in ways that are patient and attuned, her body begins to trust you. That's when she stops rushing and starts melting. That's when her desire grows instead of fading. So here's my message to every man who wants a better connection and better sex. Stop assuming she's the exception. She probably isn't. She probably needs more time, more warmth, and more understanding before penetration. Learn how to work with her physiology, not against it. If she rushes, slow her down. If she seems unsure, reassure her. If she says she's fine, still take your time. The reward is a partner who craves intimacy with you because she knows she'll be seen, cared for, and fully turned on. In the end, this isn't about technique alone. It's about empathy and leadership in intimacy. Women who feel safe and fully aroused don't have to pretend. They respond naturally, you can be the man who brings that out in her. When you do, you'll never have to chase her for sex again. She'll meet you there willingly, passionately, and with all the enthusiasm you've been wanting all along. I hope this gives you clarity, because understanding this difference between what a woman performs and what she truly wants can completely change your connection, your confidence, and the quality of your sex life.